Sarah Ferguson has been pictured out for the first time following her breast cancer diagnosis. The Duchess of York, 63, was joined by her ex-husband Prince Andrew as he drove her through Windsor on Sunday. Looking relaxed in a light blue shirt and navy jacket, the mother of two tied her red hair back and went makeup-free for the low-key outing. Meanwhile, Andrew, also 63, kept warm in a fabric jacket. It comes as the royal described her breast cancer as an enormous friend who she thinks of as a shield of protection. The Duchess revealed she'd been diagnosed with breast cancer and had undergone a successful single mastectomy at King Edward VII's Hospital in London, last month. She has since been recovering at home at Royal Lodge, Windsor, where she lives with her ex-husband. Sarah and Andrew were married from 1986 to 1996 and share daughter Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie together. Speaking on her podcast Tea Talks with the Duchess and Sarah, which was released last week, she discussed the diagnosis. She said, "I really feel this is really exciting, about having this enormous friend with me, who is now my friend, to such a degree I feel like a shield, like I've got a shield of protection, because it feels like it's definitely there to say, we got this." At the time the episode was recorded, she said she was enjoying watching Wimbledon and had received hundreds of letters from people who had shown her an outpouring of kindness. The Duchess also said she believes in manifestation and the power of positive thought, adding, "I think there's no question about it." The Duchess' cancer nightmare began 2 months ago when a routine test first detected something was seriously wrong before the coronation. In early May, Sarah attended an appointment in London for a mammogram. Rather than being given the all-clear, as expected, the technician explained that a shadow could be seen in the breast. A source close to the Duchess told Mail on Sunday. Most people usually associate breast cancer with a lump, but that's not always the case. A lump can be detected by the patient, but this was a shadow, which can go undetected because it's a wider spread of cancerous cells that can be picked up through screening. In Sarah's case, a biopsy was taken from the shadowy area of tissue and a few days later the results came back to confirm the diagnosis: breast cancer. Given the size of the area, a lumpectomy was ruled out and Sarah was strongly advised to go ahead with a single mastectomy, which would eradicate the shadow of cancerous cells across the breast. Sarah was said to be devastated but determined to press ahead with a mastectomy as soon as possible, telling friends she had no choice but to go through with the operation. Christina Choi was the surgeon who carried out the mastectomy. Once it was complete, consultant plastic surgeon Stuart James, who was once hailed as one of the country's top breast doctors by Tatler magazine, then took over, performing a breast reconstruction with the deep flap technique. By coincidence, Mr. James is known to Prince William. In 2013, the heir to the throne attended an operating theatre at the Royal Marsden Hospital in Chelsea where Mr. James explained the procedure of a breast reconstruction. The special procedure is so complex that only highly skilled surgeons are allowed to attempt it. It involves making an incision in the abdomen and taking fat from the stomach to form a new breast. Experts say this can take more than 6 hours because it involves microvascular surgery, which involves cutting and then rejoining delicate 2 mm blood vessels. But the Duchess endured a punishing 8-hour operation as surgeons battled breast cancer. This month, the Mail on Sunday revealed the full extent of her exhausting ordeal, including 4 days in intensive care at the private hospital where the Duchess was monitored around the clock. A friend of the Duchess, who is now back at home, said, "The surgery was very long, getting on for 8 hours, and it was more involved than people think." Today, the message she wants to get out is that she is very grateful to those who saved her and she feels very lucky to be alive. Specifically, the Duchess wants to thank the two incredible surgeons Christina Choi and Stuart James who carried out the operation and all the medical team who worked tirelessly to help her. But the length of time under the general anesthetic took its toll on Sarah Ferguson, whose vital signs were then monitored in intensive care for 4 days. She told friends that she is facing a long road to recovery but is determined to beat it. Her younger daughter, Princess Eugenie, has all but moved in to help look after her mother, while sister Princess Beatrice is said to be a frequent visitor and constantly on the phone. Andrew has been on hand to help and friends and family have been rallying around to provide hot meals and run errands. A Buckingham Palace source confirmed that the king had also written to his former sister-in-law, sending his sincere wishes for a speedy recovery. A palace insider said that plans for the Yorks to move out of Royal Lodge and into Frogmore Cottage, Harry and Meghan's former home, have been quietly shelved for now. The Duchess of York, whose stepfather Hector Barantes died from lymphatic cancer in 1990 at the age of 51, has long been a champion for the charities working to combat the disease. In November that year, she opened a specialist cancer unit at the Middlesex Hospital in London for the Teenage Cancer Trust. Since then, Sarah has become a patron of the charity, attending almost all of the charity's new unit openings. Over the years, her daughters Beatrice and Eugenie have both joined their mother in supporting the charity. Sarah said that both princesses spent their 18th birthdays visiting teenage cancer units. Revealing her own cancer battle before her operation, Sarah said in her podcast, I volunteered to work for the Teenage Cancer Trust, because my stepfather died of cancer. He was a wonderful man. I adored him. A source said that, after a period of recovery, the Duchess intended to spread the word and work to raising awareness of the importance of early cancer detection. She told her podcast, "I am telling people out there to go get checked. Go get screened. Go do it. I am not just talking about breast cancer but all cancers.